All right, chapter 6. We're starting with chapter 6. First thing we're going to learn is how to, well, let's do this first before we even get started. We need to know what an interior angle is and an exterior angle. Pretty simple, right? Interior angle means it's inside of the shape. So if you look at this one right here, we see that this is inside of the shape, an interior angle. An exterior angle is obviously going to be outside of the shape, so it's going to be like this angle out here. We're going to learn how to figure out the degrees for congruent shapes, all right, of interior and exterior polygons. Starting off with interior, this equation, n minus 2 times 180 degrees. What do you think your n would be, Casey? What do you think your n would be in that case? If we're looking at shapes like this, what do you think my n would be? Ken, you know? No. If we're looking at the shapes, this is what, a 5-sided shape? This is a 6-sided shape. What do you think my n would be? The number of sides. It would be the number of sides of my shape. I can take that number, in this case, let's say 5, and I can plug it in here. 5 minus 2, that's making n equal to 5, because that's the number of sides on there, times 180 degrees. This is going to be the measurement of my interior angle in degrees. That will be, and you're going to find this out, you're going to get to learn. A triangle has how many sides? 3 sides, right? What's the interior degrees if it's added up? 180, right? If we were to put 3 in here, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 180 is 180 degrees. How many degrees are there in a square, Casey? How many interior? Damien? In a square, how many, if we added up all these angles, what would it be? 360. All right, how many shapes, how many sides do we have? 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180 is 360. So let's take a look at the next one. And that would be a 5-sided figure. 5 minus 2 is 3 times 180 equals 540. 540 degrees. So we know right here that if we sum up all the angles, all the measures of a 5-sided figure, we should come up with 540 degrees. So what is that angle right there? Well, we've got a triangle. How many sides do we have? We have 3. That means we have 3 angles. We know a triangle is 180 degrees, right? Divide 180 by 3. What is it, Casey? What's 180 divided by 3? What's 18 divided by 3? 6. We put a 0 on it, it's 60. So we know that on a triangle, each of these are 60 degrees. If we know a square is 360, and we divided this by 4, what will we come up with? 90. We know each of these are 90. We know that this pentagon totals up to 540 degrees. We divide it by the number of sides, which is 5. What would that be? 108 degrees. So we know that each one of these are 108 degrees. We divided it by the number of sides. If I take a look at this one here, 6-sided figure, okay? What do we get on a hexagon? Well, there's 6 sides to it. 6 minus 2 times 180 degrees equals what? 4 times 180? 720 degrees. 720 degrees. Okay? How many sides are there in a pentagon? 6. Take 720, not 760, 720, and divide it by 6. What do we come up with? 6 goes into 7 how many times? 1. What are we left with? 1. 1. You get a 1 here, which is 12. 6 goes into 12 how many times? 2. Bring our 0 down. 120. So we know that each one of these angles on a pentagon is equal to 120 degrees. All right? Do you get an idea how we're doing this? Pretty straightforward, isn't it? All you have to remember is this right here, this equation here, and remember to divide it by the sides, and you're going to get all your angles. Come on down. The pentagon, we just did that. All right. Always. Nothing. Quadrilateral. What's quadrilateral? 4-sided figure. Octagon. What is it? Octa. 8. Here's an 18. Decagon. 12 gon, 28 gon. All right, here's what I want you to do. This is on these 6 right here. Find your interior angles. You're going to find those 6. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. So we're doing 1 through 6. All right. So that's 1 through 6 start off with. And then we're going to get into exterior angles. The exterior angles of a polygon are those formed by extending sides. There is one exterior angle for each vertex. The sum of the measures of the exterior angles of a polygon are 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So if we have any polygon, our exterior angle is going to total up to how many degrees? 360. It's always sums up to 360 degrees. Always. All right. So if we're going to find an octagon, let's take a look at this. First we got what kind of polygon here? A pentagon. Pentagon is a 5-sided figure. So if we extend this out here and we create this angle, I never like doing it like this. All right. Well, we're going to do it the way they're teaching us then. They're showing us. All right. We know that the interior here is what on a pentagon? Do we remember what it was on the other side?
Yeah, it was 90, wasn't it?
180 degrees. 108 degrees. 108 degrees. If we take a straight line, which I know is 180 degrees, we draw a line here and make this 108 degrees. What's left? 72 degrees. So we know that this exterior angle is 72 degrees on a pentagon. If we take 72 degrees, multiply it by 5, right? Because we know that the total exterior angles add up to 360 degrees. Really? 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 is 36, 360 degrees. All right. So let's take a look. If you noticed on the other side, we were figuring a lot of these out. Now there's some that aren't figured out in here. Some that you didn't figure out on the first side, the first page. That you'll have to figure your interior angle first, and then you'll get your exterior angle just by doing what? Subtracting that interior angle from what? From 180 degrees. Subtract it from 180 degrees and you get your external angle. All right? So whatever my interior angle is, n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Well, I'm really goofy on that one. Here goes the iPhoto. Because I bumped it. All right, n minus 2 times 180. What's my exterior angle going to be? My exterior angle is going to equal 180 minus this. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at that closer. All right. Interior angle equals n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Exterior angle equals 180 minus n minus 2 times 180 degrees. All right? So that would be the two that we need to know to find our interior and exterior angles. Everybody got that? Did you write that down? Okay, on the first here, I want you to do 1 through 6, and then I want you to do 13 through 21.